Hi, everybody. I'm Steve here with Brian Sanchez for our weekly little chat. How you doing, Brian?
Doing great. These weekly little chats are perfect for all of us, aren't they?
Well, hopefully a lot of people watch it.
Come one, come all. Let's have a conversation. Let's do
Yeah.
this, Steve.
Pass this on. All right, so we're going to talk about something that's really, really important for everyone, but especially if you're over 50. Brian, you're what, 58?
Yeah, I'll be 59 next week.
All right, next week. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Actually,
I'm
2 weeks, but go ahead.
I'm 63. So we're talking about two things that are critical if you're over 50. And those two things, well, let me just say, if you guys are interested in learning more about peptides, there's a lot of wacky information out there. I'll put a couple links in the description, and you can hit those links and go find out more about peptides. So we're going to talk about two critical things for people that of every age, but especially over 50. And that is protein, prioritizing protein and resistance training, specifically overloading when you're doing resistance training. So, Brian, go ahead.
Hey, protein is so important to everything we do, especially nowadays, because, you mentioned peptides, about people that want information on peptides. One of the things I get concerned with when people are preparing their training programs is they go on caloric deficits, which, hey, you know how I feel about that if you pay attention to what we've been saying. And a part of that is they reduce their proteins. You'll hear stories of people that, well, I'm working out hard. I'm taking this peptide, this one, and this one. My hair's falling out. I can't get no change. I'm not getting any stronger. I'm eating good. I'm getting plenty of protein. And what we find out when we start breaking this down with everybody, generally, and this is not their fault. It's just you don't think of it this. They truly don't know how much protein they're taking in. And, if you're 150 pounds, you've got to be taking in at a minimum, if you're resistance training, in my opinion, 120 to 150 grams of protein a day. Some people will be telling you to take a little more. The average rule generally becomes, hey, for every pound you have, eat a gram of protein for your day. Now, you have to really think about how you're going to do this because your muscle's not going to recover as well without it. If you're eating minimal amounts of protein, and I don't care if you get animal protein, I don't care how you take it in, as long as it's a good source of protein. But if you're not taking enough in, you're simply not going to repair as quickly. Your body's gonna struggle, and you, quite frankly, will struggle, and you're not going to get the strength gains that you want. It's pretty simple: protein, protein, protein. You want to balance it out with the right carbs. And you've heard me and Steve talk about we get in these battles with people over, you got to eat a little bit to gain something. Always keep in mind when we're talking about food, we're talking about if you're eating healthy and you're bringing in good quality proteins, it's really going to be hard for you to eat 2,500 calories of clean food. It is going to be a struggle. So if you do decide to do this, make sure that you research the protein source that you're using and make sure it works well for you. An example would be if somebody's like, well, I heard this protein was bad because when I started to take it, my stomach hurt. And I started getting gas issues and bowel issues. And you start talking to these people and you find out, hey, they can't ingest dairy. Well, and then they're taking a milk-based protein. Simple things like that, you've got to pay attention to because things aren't going to work out for you. So you're going to hear it from me once, twice, 3 times, maybe a million times. You've got to have that protein to support your muscle growth, especially when you're older. Your strength and conditioning is a key to your longevity, Steve.
Yeah, I want to talk about something that you said that's very important about when people are in a calorie deficit. The protein and the resistance training is even more important when you're in a calorie deficit, when you have fewer calories than what you're burning, so you're losing weight. because the resistance training and the protein is going to protect your lean body mass. That's really important because every pound of muscle is precious and you want to maintain it. So that's really important. It's always important, but I kind of want to say it's extra important when you're in a calorie deficit and you're losing weight, because if you lose lean tissue, you're fighting against yourself. And if you're not eating enough protein and you're not doing resistance training and you're over 50, you're going backwards. Don't you think?
100% that you're going backwards. Look, all the studies, especially if you're using peptides, and and what I mean by that is, even if a doctor prescribes you like a GLP product, you've got to keep on it, because the doctors will tell you, your general practitioners, you'll say, eat less, work out harder, do more cardio. No, 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 no. You have to balance this out for your body. Now, if you're morbidly obese and your doctor tells you to get on under 1,200 calories and you're morbidly obese, listen to them. Don't listen to anything I'm saying, because there's a real solid chance you won't be in the gym, because you're on a couch somewhere, or you're in a chair somewhere, and you may not be able to move, and you've got to get the fat off your body or you're going to die. But if you can move, then start to hear what we have to say. Another thing is, people will say, well, I'm supposed to be in a deficit. This is what I want you to think. Think about how old you are. Me, 58 going on 59. My body is the way it was, or the way it is, over 58, 59 years of doing what I think is the right thing to do. Now, had I not listened and studied and started making these adjustments in life, I would no way be in the health that I am today. And I've got room to grow. In fact, I've got to get even healthier. I'm not perfect. You've got to try something different if you want success sometimes. And this is where this food stuff gets scary. And those that are out there pretending, oh, but I can only eat a little bit, or I can't, my stomach's not big enough. Look, you have to teach yourself to take these proper calories. And Steve and I are going to be talking about what happens when you don't take in the proper calories here in probably the next video. But Steve, you're 100% right. Solid protein is going to support the body, support your strength training, support your bone density. It's going to work out for you. If you don't do it, it's a detriment to you. Steve?
So now let's talk about, what does progressive overload mean? Because that's important. And look, you can't just keep getting stronger and putting more weight on the bar indefinitely, because that's just common sense. You can't do that. But you want to, over time, the goal is to do more weight in each exercise. If not more weight, more repetitions, and build on that, especially at any age, but again, especially over 50. But you need to do it wisely so that you don't injure yourself. A good way to do it is you go up to 12 repetitions, and then you add a small amount of weight, and you drop your repetitions down to 8. And you do that weight until you can get up to 12 again, something like that, some type of a system like that. But that's going to work for beginners, but that's not going to work very long, is it, Brian? It's not going to work very long if you're an advanced lifter. That's not going to work. So you got to kind of get creative on your progressive overload. You can increase your volume. That's an easy way to do it. Anyone can increase their volume, do more sets. You can do more reps if you're using less weight. So those are the 3 areas that you want to increase: volume, weight, and repetition. Your thoughts?
It's a real issue. People struggle with that. People don't like the way it feels when they have to push themselves. And then a lot of times, the people that are truly interested in changing their body, when they come and they hire us, it's not that they technically need us, because they understand the gym. Even advanced lifters, they need somebody that's going to help them to push beyond where they are. I'm going to butcher the way it's being said out there, but you have to get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable in life. And what I mean by that is, when you're in the gym The uncomfortable burn of the muscle is important, and you have to make friends with that. You have to be willing to push yourself to that point to create that muscle, especially if you're an advanced lifter. If you keep doing the same thing and you keep pushing the same reps and the same amount every time, you're going to plateau. You have to shake that tree from time to time and do like Steve said and make the adjustments in your volume, make the adjustments in your weight. Change the repetition. Another easy thing is to change your tempo in lifting. If you're at home and all you have is a 20-pound dumbbell set and you can do it 50 times really fast, then start doing 10-count bench presses with them and see if you can get 10 of them, because it's going to burn like crazy because your body's not used to it. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. But if you don't have a lot of stuff available to you, work on time under tension. Steve?
Yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. So if you guys have questions, put them in the comment section and we'll be happy to get back to you. And you can make a difference. 50, 60, 70, 80. You can make a difference in how you feel, in the way your body functions, and you can put lean tissue on or gain it back if you've lost it. So, Brian, as always, thanks for being with us.
Glad to be here, Steve. Love to see your smile every day.